Hi everyone, welcome to another mat class with me. Grab your mat and grab some water and let's get started. All right, let's start on our knees with your knees imprinted into the mat and shin bones also imprinted into the mat. Shoulders are relaxed, face is relaxed. Imagine the crown of your head has a light and you're shining that light to the ceiling. Let's get ready. Roll the shoulders back. Good, pelvis is neutral. Don't squeeze your glutes as you roll those shoulders. And roll them the other way. Good, all right, bring those back to neutral. Good, pick a direction and turn your head one way and then the other. Good, continuing to breathe, letting the arms hang long. Good, come back to center, nod your chin to your chest, and circle your neck around. Good, keeping the belly engaged. Can you focus on being evenly weighted into your knees? And circle the other direction. Inhaling and exhaling. Good. Coming back to center. Good. Bring the arms up and then down. Good. Up and down. Good. One more. Up and down. All right, we're going to do a roll down. So we can do our roll downs from our kneeling position. So a roll down, and I'm going to turn to the side so you can see what it looks like. We nod our chin, and as we continue to roll down, we let our head and arms hang heavy, and we don't go very far until we can touch our hands on the mat. Okay, so my pelvis is still tucked. I'm not pushing my butt out. It's tucked. And then scoop the belly in, and then restack your spine. One vertebrae at a time. Shoulders and head come up last. Let's do it again together. Take an inhale. Exhale, nod the chin. As you roll the spine down. When you touch the mat, you can feel that stretched, pulling the belly in. Take an inhale and exhale. Come up. You're welcome to do this standing as well. We can also just do it kneeling to warm. We're just warming up our spine. Let's do one more. Take an inhale. Exhale, nod your chin to your chest and continue to roll your spine down. Good. Hold it at the bottom. Exhale. Come up. Good. I'll turn back to face you. All right, let's come onto our hands and knees. All right, so we did this in our last class. Knees under our hips, wrists under our shoulders. Remember, you can double up your mat at any time or put a towel under for support. Good, pressing those shin bones into the mat. Let's start with our cat-cow. Okay, so let's round our spine up, pushing the shin bones into the mat, and then coming back, pushing the tailbone back, and come up. Good. Continue the cat-cow. Really breathing, filling up the rib cage with air, and exhaling through your mouth to let it out. Good. Nice little warm up here for the spine. As I always say, these are great to do first thing in the morning to wake your body up. Good, really pushing into those hands. Good, one more. And then come back down. Good, let's open one arm to the ceiling. So your eyes can follow your hand and then turn out, and then come back and go the other way. Good. Trying to keep your hips pointing to the mat. So we don't want to turn out because I'm turning out my hip. We want to keep our hips nice and square and focus on the turn coming from our mid back. All right. Exhale as we turn out and look and come down. Good. One more on each side. Good. Last one. And then come down. Good. Keeping in our quad position, let's just circle our trunk around and then come up. So sit back on one of your heels, go over to the other one, and then push into those hands to come up. So just circling, just warming up shoulders here. Good, and circle the other direction. So sit on the opposite heel, shift to the other one, and then come up. Good. All right, push yourself back into a child's pose. Knees separate, and then just forehead to mat. Feel the stretch. Take an inhale, and exhale. Good. Let's slowly push ourselves up to kneeling. Good. So bring the arms up. Feel that stretch. You can open your heart to the ceiling. And then let's go back into child's pose. Push yourself up into cow. Good. Curl the toes under. Push yourself up into down dog. Don't worry about straightening the legs at this point. Good. Coming back to cow. Good. And then pushing yourself back into child's pose. Good. Let's go a bit quicker. Good. So coming up to kneeling, bring the arms up, feel the stretch. Good. Let's go down into child's pose. Good. Pushing ourselves up into cow. And then curling your toes and pushing yourself into down dog. Good, feel the stretch. Coming back into cow. Good, and child's pose. Good, all right. Coming back into kneeling, bring the arms up. Good, this time I want you to circle the arms round as you go into child's pose. Back to cow. Good. Tuck the toes. Push yourself into down dog. Belly is in. Good. Come back to cow. And then push yourself into child's pose. Good. All right, let's come down onto our stomachs. Good. So legs are reaching nice and long, arms are reaching nice and long. Good, so make room for yourself. If you have long arms and legs like me, you might have to shift yourself around. Good, placing one hand as a pillow and the other hand, the other arm is nice and long. Forehead rests on that hand. Good, here I want you to imprint your pelvis into the mat. Okay, so be evenly weighted on those hips and lift your arm and your leg, and then lift your head and lower it back down. So we're doing opposite arm, opposite leg. As we lift and lower. Belly is pulled in. Good. If you're not comfortable lifting your head right away, you can just keep your forehead on your hand and lift arm and leg. Otherwise, we're just lifting and lowering. I don't want you to feel any pain in your lower back. Good, let's do 2 more. And last one. Reach, good, come down. Let's switch, so take the other arm, rest your forehead onto that. One arm's reaching nice and long, legs are reaching long. Take an inhale, belly pulled in, and exhale up, and then down. Good, we want to reach those limbs to the wall in front of you and the wall behind you. Good. Exhale, lift, and inhale to lower. Exhale, lift, inhale to lower. Last one. And lower down. Good. All right, let's push yourself up to a seated position. Good. All right, so come to a seated position where you can feel your sit bones, where you're sitting on them and your feet are flat on your mat. You're feeling nice and tall. Place your hands behind your knees and just focus on rolling your pelvis back so we get that nice C curve in our spine, and then rolling forward to come and sit up nice and tall. Okay, so rolling back on the pelvis, good, and then pull, using the arms to pull ourselves forward and come up nice and tall. Good, roll back, and then roll forward and come up. So as you continue to do this, your pelvis rolls like this, it rolls back and forth. So that's why when I say tuck or roll your pelvis, you're rolling on and then coming back up. You can stick with this, or if you feel a bit more comfortable, you can come back with one arm as you roll back and then come up and down. Other arm comes up, roll back, good, and roll forward, come up tall. Good. You get just a little bit more in your abdominals doing this, but again, if you need that support and you just want to roll back and practice the C curve roll back, that's fine. Good. All right, so let's take our arms to a T. Good, so we can do this with our legs straight, or you can choose to do it with your legs bent. Okay, so I'm going to straighten my legs, bring my arms to a T. Okay, roll back on the pelvis. Good, palms are down, palms are up, circle, and then reach over those toes. Good, bring the hands into chest, roll on that pelvis, bring them out to a T. Push into those hands to bring you forward. Palms are up as you reach over those toes. Good. With your knees bent, if you want. So continue doing this. I'll demonstrate with your knees bent. Bring those arms into your chest. Bring them out to a T. Palms are facing down as you push yourself in. Turn the palms up. Bring your arms up, and you can still reach over. Okay, so let's do a few more together. Rolling back, arms to T, feeling the abdominals. Good. Push those arms and use those abdominals to bring you forward. Turn the palms up and reach over and feel the stretch. Good, one more. Arms into chest. Roll on that pelvis. Bring them to a T. Push into those arms, use the abdominals. Good, turn the palms up, reach over the toes and hold. Feel the stretch for 3, 2, and 1. Good, come back sitting nice and tall. Bring one foot in. Other hand goes behind, other arm comes up, push into that shin and come up into Wild Thing. Nice open hips. Good. Come down and switch sides. Leg comes in and reach up. Nice open side body here. Nice hip opener. And then come down. One more on each side. So bring that leg in and then push up, exhale. Good, this should feel good. Our body's getting nice and warm now. And other side. Good, and come down. Excellent, good. Let's make our way down to the mat. So I'm gonna scooch myself a little bit more forward. Good, placing your hands behind behind your knees, rolling onto your pelvis for that C curve, and then coming all the way down. Good, adjust yourself where necessary. Good. Arms are reaching long. Your heels, your knees and ankles are in line. Good, really take the time to get yourself properly set up. Good, that small space under the lower part of your back, so that means your pelvis is nice and heavy into the mat. Good, let's start with some pelvic tilt. So bring your pelvis towards your breastbone and then move it away from your breastbone. Good. Continue this movement. Trying to keep our knees nice and steady. Good, don't forget to breathe. Inhaling, exhaling. Good, let's come back to center and let's do some circles with our pelvis. So let's start by rolling our pelvis away from our breastbone and then circling the pelvis around. Small movement here. You're welcome to pause the video at any time to come see what I'm actually doing up close. So I'm trying to keep my knees steady and just rotate my pelvis. I'll give you the analogy of a bowl of soup. And as you rotate your pelvis around, imagine that bowl of soup is on your pelvis. And if you make that movement too big, like if I do it like this and my knees are going everywhere, that soup is going to spill. So we just want to make sure we don't do that. Good, and circle the other direction. Good, come back to center. Good, arms are reaching long. Let's get ready for some hip folds. Just fold your leg, to tabletop and place it back down. Good. Excellent. Good. Keeping the abdominals pulled in as you bring your leg to tabletop and place it back down. Good. You can stay like this, or you can have your arms up over chest. Give you a little bit more of a challenge. If your arms are up, sink those shoulders into the mat and then continue with your hip fold. Good. For 3, last 2, and 1. Good. Come down, bring the arms down. Good. All right. Let's start with some bridging. So a bridge, arms are reaching long. Take an inhale and then exhale. Push into those hands and those feet to bring yourself up into a bridge and hinge at the hips to come down. Push into the hands and feet to come up and then hinge at the hips to come down. As you push up, thinking about reaching those knees to the wall in front of you. And then hinge to come down. Good. Nice way to open up our hips. Good. You can also do the bridge with your arms up. Good. When you go up, you can squeeze your glutes and then come back down. Good. Squeeze the glutes and come back down. On this next one, come up and hold it. Holding for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. If your arms aren't up, put your arms up. And as you bring your arms back, lower your pelvis an inch. And then press back up. Bring your arms down to the mat. Good. So it looks like this. So arms go back, I go down, I come up, arms go the other way. Good. So we're not touching the mat with our bum. We're trying not to. We're trying to just have lower an inch and then press back up. Good. Imagine when you're pressing your hands, you're pressing into something. Think of resistance. If you have small hand weights, you could use those for this exercise. Good. And one more. Good. Hinge at the hips and come down. Take your feet wide and sway side to side. Good. Bring those feet in. Let's get ready for some bridge with foot lift. Inhale. Exhale. Come up into that bridge. Good. I want you to focus on just lifting, going on the balls of one of your foot, and then one of your feet, and then lowering back down and lifting the other side. Good. So we're not lifting our foot. We're just lifting a heel. So I should have said heel lift. Good. Lifting your heel and down. Good. Check in with that pelvis. Is one side lifted more than the other? Good. Lift and lower and hinge back down. Good. So you can stick with that or take an inhale, exhale, push up, and bring your foot up and then lower down. Just a small foot lift and lower down. Good. You can also just stick with your heel lifts. Good. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Good. For 3, breathe, 2, and 1. Excellent. Hinge at the hips and come down. Take your feet and just sway them side to side. Do whatever you need to do. You can also bring your feet into your chest. Good. Let's move on to our abdominals. All right. So we're still in that neutral pelvis where that small grape is under the lower part of your back. Take your hands behind your head. Good. Bring those elbows up so you can see them a little in your peripheral vision. Take an inhale. Exhale, curl up and down. Good. Curl and down. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. Good. Feel the back of your ribs pressing into the mat. Good. Adding on. As you curl, bring one leg to tabletop and back down. Continue with the other side. For 6, 5, belly pulled in, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Come down. Just take a small little break. arms are back. Interlace those fingers. Take an inhale. Exhale, curl up. Now you can stick with just what we were just doing. Or if you'd like to take it a little bit to the next level, curl up. Bring one leg to tabletop. Bring the other leg up to meet it. Lower one leg, lower the other leg, and curl back down. Good. Ready to join me? Take an inhale. Exhale. One leg comes up, the other leg comes up, one leg drops, other leg drops, and curl down. Good. Let's try one more. Curl up, bring those legs up. Good. Lower one leg and lower the other leg. Unhinge. Good. All right, sorry, I meant uncurl. So you can stick doing that, or you can join us for some toe taps. All right, let's get ready. Take an inhale. Exhale, curl up. Bring one leg to tabletop, the other leg to meet it. Good. You can choose just to hold this. This will give you a great abdominal workout, or toe tap for 8, 7, 6, nice and slow, 5, feel the belly, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent job, beautiful. Place one foot down and the other. Unhinge, good. Bring those knees into the chest and just rock side to side. All right, let's do the single leg stretch. So to demonstrate, we come up into our curl. We bring both legs to tabletop, okay? We take one hand, the outside, and place it onto our shin. The other hand comes just below our knee, and then we extend the opposite leg. So we're up in this nice curl, and we pull in. So my elbows are coming out, and I'm pulling, so there's some tension, and I switch, and I switch. So I'm keeping that curl, and I'm really focusing on extending that opposite leg, thinking about length, okay? So let's start together. Take an inhale. Exhale, curl up. Bring those legs to tabletop. Good, get in your position. So place that one hand on your shin, opposite arm comes under the knee, extend the leg, and we're gonna go for 8 counts. Ready? Exhale, go. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, last 2, and 1. Good, bring the knees in, uncurl, and lower the legs. Good, all right, so this next one needs some room. I just need to make sure my arms and legs have room. Okay, so adding on to our series, we usually do the single leg stretch, and then right after we do the double leg stretch. So I will demonstrate the double leg stretch for you. It's kind of exactly how it sounds. All right, so we curl up, we bring those legs to tabletop, okay? And we place our hands on where's comfortable. Mine, my hands sit under my knees, okay? And then here is one option, and I'll show you the modified version as well. So here's the actual double leg stretch, is we bring those legs out, arms come out too, we circle the arms, bring our legs back in. Modified version is just to keep your legs like this, bring those arms out, and then circle them back in. Bring out and circle back in, okay? Otherwise, you're bringing everything out, circling the arms around as you bring them back in, okay? So you need some abdominal strength here. If you're feeling any pull in your back, in your neck, keep your hands, you can come down at any point and just keep your neck safe and just bring the legs out and the arms out and then circle. Okay? All right, so let's take an inhale. Choose however you're feeling today, just choose what you would like to do for this. Let's curl up. Good. If your legs are up with me, hands are just below your knee or maybe on your shin. Inhale. Exhale. Bring everything out. And then circle the arms in and come in. Good. Bring everything out and in. Only 2 more. Lengthen everything out and come in. And 1 more. Exhale. And in. Good. Lower the head, lower the legs, and just sway side to side. One more thing for the abdominals. So crisscross to get our obliques. We don't want to ignore our obliques. They're an important part of our lateral system, our side body. All right, so crisscross. It's exactly what you think of it, or bicycles. Take an inhale. Exhale. Curl up. Bring those legs to tabletop. And a crisscross will be exactly like this. Cross over to one side. Too much for your legs being up. Modified version. You've probably done these in many other fitness classes, is just crossing your shoulder over to the knee. If you want a little bit more challenge, both your legs are up, and we won't do many of them. We're just going to do for 6 counts. All right? Take an inhale, everyone. Exhale, curl up that spine. Bring those legs up. Good. As you extend 1, curl to the other side for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Bring the head down, hug the knees, and sway side to side. Beautiful. All right, let's come to kneeling. Good, so we're kneeling. Fix your pants, fix your ponytail. Come to kneeling where we started. Good, so we're gonna do some Pilates with some kneeling. All right, so let's just start first doing some side bends. So arms are reaching long, and we're just bending to one side. Good. Bring your hands either here or on the top of your head and pick a direction and turn that way. Keeping your hips pointed forward and turn the other way. Good. Exhale, turn. Imagine you have a sponge. Imagine your abdominals is one big sponge, and as you turn to one side, you're wringing out this sponge. And then come to the center. I'm pushing my head into my hands to make me grow a little bit taller. Hips are still pointing forward. Good, can you add your breath to this? Exhale as you twist. Inhale back to center. Exhale, twist. And inhale back. Good, last one. And then back to center. Good. All right. So let's have hands just by our side. And then I want you to pick a side and start to lean into that side. And place your hand down and leg comes out. Nice and long. Good. Push into that hand and come back to tall. So we'll stick with the same side. So pick the same side that you're on. Leaning over and that leg comes out. Good. Bring the leg in, push off and come up nice and tall. So let's lean over, push your hand down, leg comes out. As you push into your hand and bring that leg in, can you use your side waistline to bring yourself back up nice and tall? Okay, let's try it again. Place your hand down, the leg comes out. Good. Push into that supporting hand and use those obliques and that side body to bring you up. Good. Let's come over. Good. Bring that arm out. Good. Take the top arm and twist under that door and then come out and arm reaches up to the ceiling. Good. And then come up. Good. I'm just going to move back to see if my whole arm kind of gets in the camera. Good. Come up. Good. So you're really, when we were on our hands and knees and we were opening to the ceiling, very similar. So I want you to focus on that movement coming from your mid-spine. And then back up. Good. And coming back up to tall kneeling. So we got to make our sides even. Let's go on the other side. So lean over, place that hand down. Let's just start. Leg comes out. Good. Using the side body to bring us back up. Do it again. Leaning over. Hand comes down. Leg comes out. Reaching that leg nice and long. Good. Abdominals are engaged and pulled in. And then coming back up. Good. All right, let's add our needle through. So coming onto one side, other arm comes along, this arm comes up, top arm comes up, and I want you to rotate and go through the space and then come back up. Good. Coming as you circle and then come back up. Good. Good. And last one. And then come back up. Good. And then come back to your kneeling. Good. Just take a moment off your knees. Good. Coming back to tall kneeling. Okay, so we're going to do some leg lifts. Take an inhale. Exhale, let's go to that opposite side. Bring the leg out nice and long. Good. We're not rolled back on our pelvis. It's nice and in line. Good. Looking at me, so looking straight ahead. Lift the leg and lower back down. Good. Lift and lower. Top waistline is nice and long, and I'm not sinking into this knee here. Lift and lower for 6, 5, 4, 3, last 2, and 1. Beautiful. Bring that knee in, push yourself up, and let's go to the other side. Inhale. Exhale, start to go over to the side. Put your hand down to support you. Bring that leg out. Good. Making sure you're lying, you're not rolling back on that hip. And lift and lower down. Lift and lower down. Check in with that supporting leg. Don't collapse on it. Be nice and tall on that as well. We have 6 more. For 6, 5, 4, 3, last 2, and last 1. Excellent, good. Bring that knee in and come up. Good, and just sit onto your knees. Good, so let's come down into a bit of a mermaid. So sitting like this, put your hand on your shin, and then just lean over to one side, feeling that nice stretch, and then coming down onto your elbow and the other side. Good. Okay, that should feel nice. Good. And switch the legs around. Okay, so coming into that mermaid. Hands are on holding one of your shins, and stretch over, and then come down onto that elbow, and then come down. Good. Just nice stretch into our side body. Still work, but it feels good. It's good work. Good. All right, as we come to this side, I want you to turn over and we'll do some planks. So you have the option to do planks on your forearms and do this. Modified is to put your knees down and hold it, still getting a good abdominal workout. Or if you prefer, some people just prefer to do this, and that's fine. Or be up on your hands and modified. Just, if you're modified, your butt's not sticking out. Your pelvis is tucked, you're tucked and you're holding, okay? So I'm gonna do the plank on my hands, but pick what's comfortable for you, and I'm not gonna tell you how long we're gonna hold it for because we'll just focus on that. So focus on pulling the belly in and breathing through it. All right, ready? And plank. Good, breathe through it. Thinking about something that you've done that's more difficult than this, something you've experienced that's more difficult than this. I guarantee every single person has experienced something more difficult than this. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Come down, push yourself into child's pose. We just have one more of those, and then it's time to stretch. Ready? All right, let's get in our plank. Ready? And plank. Belly in. Almost there. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Knees come down and just push yourself into child's pose. Good. Walking your hands over to one side, but sitting on the opposite heel. Feeling the nice stretch there. Good. Walking your hands over to the other side. And just really sinking and sitting into those heels as much as you can. Feeling that stretch. Good. Let's stretch out our hips a little bit. So I want you to bring one foot forward, and those hands can be placed kind of around them. Good. Make sure that knee doesn't go too far, and then just bring the foot up. Good. Nice runner stretch here. Sinking into the stretch. Good. You can stay like this. If you want a bit more of a deeper stretch in your hip, roll onto the side of your foot and bring your hands both inside of the foot, and then just bring the knee out. I'll demonstrate on this side so you can actually see. Good. So this foot is going towards you, and the knee is just coming out. You get a bit more of a stretch in your hip. Good. Come back up and let's switch sides. Good. So just bring that foot up. Hands can go to either side of the foot, and then just bring that foot up for a nice, bring that leg up for a nice stretch and sinking nice and deep into the stretch. Good. If you want some more, bring those hands inside and then bring the knee out. Good. Come down and let's come onto our backs. Good. Take your feet wide and sway them side to side. Continuing to bring air in through your nose and exhaling out. Good. Hug both knees into the chest. And rock side to side. Good. Hug one knee in and then just kind of extend the other leg if you want. Actually, just bring that leg down onto the mat and just bring one knee in and straighten the other one nice and long. Good, and switch. Good, bring both knees up, or legs up. Hands are on your knees and just rotate. Just pushing into your knees and just making circles. Should feel nice. It's like a little massage on the lower part of your back. And try to circle the other direction. Good. Good. Both legs nice and long, arms nice and long. You can grasp, you can hold each hand and then stretch, or just stretch arms up overhead. Good, and just bring your arms down by your side. You're welcome to add in any stretches that you need to. Otherwise, let everything just relax. And continuing to inhale and exhale. Sinking yourself into the mat. Turning slowly onto your side and pushing yourself back up. Good. Add in any stretches that you want, but yeah, I hope you had a good class and can't wait to see you next time. Bye.